How could he fail to recognise us?
His insignificant, anemic colleagues.
Stiff Ravenstein.
And Kulik with his revolting smile, caused by a chronic muscular twitch.
Getting to work at last.
We were waiting a long time.
That inspector confused me, or I would have recognised them.
He doesn't seem to show much presence of mind.
Or we're two subordinate employees to be recognised.
I must be careful from now on to keep my wits about me. Do you know, strange as it may seem, but now is just the moment when I would really have liked a friendly chat with them.
But suddenly, we were tired. And I could only face him with my nervous grin.
Which unfortunately on humanitarian grounds could not be made the subject of light conversation.
There must be some mistake. Somebody must be, without question, lying about me, for I have done nothing wrong in the legal sense. Clerical errors can occur. A full stop upside down, a decimal point wrongly placed. Mistakes can and relentlessly do happen. I know. I work in a bank. I know the fallibility of filing systems. Mistakes, although rare, occur through no fault of anyone, except perhaps the negligence of a filing clerk, who, in the torpor of an afternoon's heat, mislays a copy of...
Mr. K! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. K. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I would just like to say, on the occasion of my 30th birthday... I am one of the officials at the bank. I am alive, and I am even envied by the assistant manager, who one night saw me with an important client, a famous lawyer. The assistant manager seemed to think it so extraordinary that I should be seen walking arm in arm with this famous lawyer that he asked me to sit down. He had to speak to me. And I must confess that this is one of the moments that endeared me to him. Moments when the assistant manager showed a certain anxiety for my future and my welfare, although he himself is an overburdened man. But one of the other clerks at the bank told me that this solicitude to me was merely a stratagem by which to attach valuable assistance at the expense of only a few moments of his time. Now, knowing this to be possibly true, I still felt subjugated and completely disarmed. I realized this is a weakness, but surely not a crime. There must be some mistake.
Telephone, Mr. K. Telephone, Mr. K.
Hello?
Hello? Joseph K. Forgive me for interrupting you at your work. Your investigation is proceeding normally. Since we wish to disturb you as little as possible, we thought Sunday might be a convenient time to hold interrogations. If not, we can conduct them at night. But then probably you might not be fresh enough. Of course, it is understood that you must appear without fail.
What happens if I don't appear?
We know where to find you. You are to report to 14 Julia Street.
Hello? I've been cut off.
Oh, shall I get them back for you, sir?
No, he didn't leave a number.
And then I can't get them back for you.
No.
Good morning.
Good night, Mr. K.
Good night, Mr. K.
Good night, Mr. K. Good night,
Good night, Mr. K.
Good night, Mr. K.
Good night, Mr. K.
Good night, Mr. K. Good night, Mr. K. Good night,
Good
Mr.
night,
K.
Mr.
Good night, Mr. K.
That spring, Kay was accustomed to spending his evenings having a few drinks. And once a week, he visited a girl called Elsa who gave occasional performances.
But that night he decided to go straight home.
Evening, Joseph.
Evening, Mrs. Gruber. Still working?
There's a lot to do.
I'm sorry to bother you so late. I just wanted to apologize, giving you all that extra work. I mean, those men who were here this morning.
Didn't bother me in the least.
She seems surprised that I mentioned it at all. Seems to think it's not quite right to speak about it. All the more reason why I should. Yes, it must have given you much more work, but I can assure you that it won't happen again.
No, it won't happen again.
Oh, do you really think that?
Yes, Joseph. And you mustn't take it to heart. Lots of strange things happen in the world. I must admit, since you've been so frank with me, I listened behind the door. And those two men told me a few things. Not all bad. You're under arrest, certainly, but not for anything criminal. You're not a thief or something like that. It's something special with you. There's something almost learned about your arrest. Am I talking stupidly, Mr. K?
Oh, no, Mrs. Gruber, no. I was unprepared this morning. I didn't want to speak about it. But I did want your opinion. I'm so glad we're in agreement. Let's shake on it.
Don't take it so much to heart.
I had no idea I was taking it so much to heart. Is, Miss Burstner in?
No, she's at the theatre, still working. Shall I give her a message?
No. No, I just wanted to apologize. Those men searching her room today.
There's no need. Everything's just as it was. All put back nice and tidy. You know she's often late. Still, young people are like that.
Certainly, but it can go too far.
I'll right you up. I've nothing against her. She's a dear, good, kind girl. Decent, punctual, industrious, full of good qualities, except...
Except what?
I know I shouldn't mention it, but I've seen her with a different man twice already this month.
So?
Worries me terribly. I can't sleep for waiting up for her. And that's not the only thing. I've been suspicious of her for a long time now.
No, you're wrong. You're quite wrong. You misunderstood my remark about her. It wasn't meant in any way. And I must warn you about saying anything about her. There isn't a word of truth in what you say.
Oh, please don't go. I didn't mean to offend you. You're the only one I've spoken to. After all, I must keep the house respectable.
Respectable? Well, if you want to keep your house respectable, You can begin by giving me notice.
Oh, Joseph, you know I'd never give you notice. You've known me long enough. Oh, please don't say such a thing.
Mrs. Goodbar, please. Please. You'll wake the whole house up. We misunderstood each other, that's all. It can happen amongst friends. I'm free, but I am under arrest.
After all, I must keep my house respectable in the interests of my lodgers. They get arrested.